Good morning, everybody. This morning we're talking about baseboards. Every home, most homes have baseboards unless it's an Adobe style home where the drywall goes all the way to the floor, or a business, but in most homes you're going to have baseboard. This is your standard old school baseboard, 2¼ inch, that come in most homes from the 80s on. And if you have a thicker flooring, carpet, or tile with thin set, that takes up some of this baseboard and you really don't see much. The purpose of baseboard, one, is to look beautiful, and two, is to prevent damage to your walls when vacuuming, mopping, and such. It protects the paint on the wall. So also, the taller the baseboard, the more dramatic it is. And you want to have a baseboard in proportion to your ceiling height. So if you have a low ceiling, 7, 8 foot, the smaller baseboard is okay, but the larger and the taller your ceilings are, the taller the baseboard you want. Also, you want easy cleanability. Most baseboards obviously have a little thickness to them, so they're going to have a ledge on the top. This is what collects the dust. So we want to make sure we have A, something beautiful, B, something in proportion to the ceiling height, and C, something that's easy to clean. So if you're going to move on to a new baseboard, baseboard comes in primed MDF, which is a composite material, not solid wood. But then there's also solid wood if you're in a rustic area and you want to stain to match your wood flooring or whatnot. This is a baseboard that is as simple as it can get. No grooving, a very thin top channel, and you could see it right here. It just really finishes it off, but again, not too thick. But this one does come in a higher baseboard. Something like this, if you have a very traditional home, this is something that you might like, but this one has a lot of grooving to it. This is 3¼ and it also comes in 4¼ and 5¼ So it has different varying heights. So you choose which one works best for you. But as you can see, this one's not going to be the easiest to clean. Something like this is actually a door casing, but I like it as a baseboard as well. And this one has a little grooving to give it some detail, but is very easy to clean because it's pretty flush. So that's a good one as well. Now, one that is very, very, very popular right now because it can go so many different directions is this one. This one is a flatter baseboard, but has a little detail at the top. It's super modern for the modern homes. Can go with traditional, can go with rustic, can go with anything you want. And also, you can get it in higher amounts. So this one comes in 3¼ 4¼ 5¼ 7¼ and then special order, we can order any detailed baseboard in so many different sizes. If you have a situation where you are leaving your baseboard and adding a wood floor, you're going to add a 1/4 round like this to give it a little more chunkier look and cover the groove in your floor. Coming up in the next segment, I'm going to show you how to install baseboard, and we'll go further into all the details. I'm going to have all this information on my Home Depot Debbie Facebook page and Instagram or YouTube, and you can also find me here at the Arrowhead Ranch Home Depot in Glendale. So I'll see you in the next hour to show you how to install it. Have a great day, everybody. Good morning, Arizona. Debbie Hernandez here at the Arrowhead Ranch Home Depot in Glendale. Earlier this morning, we talked about all different types of baseboards, different styles, different heights, different textures, and now we're going to talk about how to install it. So, the tools that you're going to need for this project are going to be either a hand miter saw and miter box, or a power miter saw. Then you're going to need either a power nailer or a hammer and nails. You're going to need some paint, a tape measure, some caulk, and possibly some outside corners. The difference is, for an inside corner, we're going to miter the inside corners that mate together. For outside corners, you can do outside miters, or you can use pre-made corners around bullnose corners. They have one typically that matches every baseboard, and if there's not something in stock that you like, we always have special order. In terms of mitering your baseboards, for straight cuts, if you're going to use your power saw, we're just going to cut off a piece just to show you straight cut. And then this is your straight cut. And then for a miter, we're going to just turn the handle, push it all the way over, and there's degrees on the saw. And this is going to give you your 45 degree. So we're going to miter it this way. Now, always wear protective eyewear, as I am. This is for an outside miter. If you have an outside corner, this is for your inside corner. To get the matcher that meets it, you're going to turn it on its back, and then you're going to miter that, and then they will match up in the corner. Once you get all your miters done, for each corner, I would miter as you go, because you're going to measure and miter as you go. Then you're going to have your nail gun, or hammer and nails work as well. And we're just going to find the studs, and we're going to nail it in, and you can see how it's pretty flush, and it goes really fast. Boom, 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 boom. And so it's really going to stay in there good and make your job a lot easier. But again, hammer and nails work. Once you have it in, now just to preface, I recommend that you definitely paint one coat first on sawhorses or whatnot, and get that first really good paint coat on. And then when you put your baseboard in, you just have to touch up and caulk. To caulk, we're just going to use caulking, and a caulking gun, if you have a lot to do, works best. We're just going to run a bead of caulk right on the edge, and this is again before you finish painting. You're going to take your finger, I like to use a little Dawn dish soap, and mix it with water because it makes it really smooth to smooth out. And then once it dries, you can paint it and touch it up. Makes it also come off your fingers a lot easier as well. I'm going to have all this information on my Home Depot Debbie Facebook page, Instagram, and YouTube. You can reach me here at the Arrowhead Ranch Home Depot if you have any questions. I also want to mention just real quick that I just forgot, is if you're just putting in new flooring but you don't change your baseboard, you want to make sure to use white quarter round with your baseboard, because then it looks like it's part of the baseboard. If you use a tone that matches your flooring, it sometimes can look like an afterthought. So white quarter round if you need to bridge a gap with new flooring, or best if you just have baseboard and flooring.